Hey, welcome everyone. My name is Mitchell, and this is Penny for a Tale round 2 for this Monday. This is going to be a fight of the century as we engage in some epic role playing with an awesome local indie game developer who I will let him introduce himself, and I'll actually let everyone else introduce themselves because I can never do it justice because they are awesome and should be celebrated. So, first off, we have. Let's see if I can actually get this right. I'm pointing at the right area. I'm pretty sure. Go ahead, Ennis. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Ennis. My Twitter is at EnnisRookBash, ENNISROOK. And I'm pretty sure my itch.io is the same. And I am a LARP designer, poet, and tabletop game writer. My most recent project is, I think it's called Abashed the Devil Stood and Saw How Awful Goodness Is. It's for Hot Horror Game Jam, and it's a two-player tabletop about forbidden love between good and evil.
Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. I feel like they had this secret talent on the show, and
I feel like I just got outplugged. You want to follow that?
Ennis,
Unfair.
we're playing your game in October, so
Oh, wait, which game?
any of your games,
Okay.
like we're doing it. So just buckle up, expect a message.
All right.
Oh, all right. Moving on to Amanda.
Hi guys, I'm Amanda. I definitely enjoy me some tabletop RPG, but my main game is LARPing. I am a staffer writer for Coddington Woods LARP, which we're having our finale event October 4th through the 6th. So if you get a chance, we could always use NPCs. It's in Connecticut. um or I'm sorry, not in Connecticut, it's in Massachusetts, my bad. And then I also play Madrigal, and Madrigal Oathbound is about to start up, which you should definitely take a look at. And I'm going to plug one more for Virginia, which is Numina. Go out and check them out.
Yeah, Numina has always been a pleasure. I got to NPC there for a couple of times, and awesome people, awesome staff. So make sure to check it out. Actually, while our main man Quentin is talking up his show, I'll make sure to put the link right down below for people to check out. But without further gilding the lily, Q.
Too late. Hello, gentle viewers. My name is Quentin Accord, and I am the president, lead writer, and employee of the month for 2 years running of Pentagon Games. Um, our latest project being Zeitgeist, the game we are playing tonight. Tonight. Um, Zeitgeist is a game about having the ability to confront all the terrible things about humanity and punch them in the face. How we do that is that each of our PCs here, that them, those people, they're all going to be espers, people who possess extrasensory perceptions, specifically the perception of a thing known as the zeitgeist. The zeitgeist is a sort of collective psychic entity made up of all of the sort of collective unconsciousnesses of everybody in a particular area. Typically, a major city will have a zeitgeist. If you get farther out into rural areas, perhaps a whole county will have a zeitgeist. And then between each of those, each zeitgeist then has its several facets, which we'll get into later in this game. It'll be great. Um, but one of them to specifically speak about is known as the Hollow. The Hollow is everything that is terrible and negative and bad about humanity. It is everything that makes us fearful and angry and hateful and all that stuff. As espers, they have the ability to traverse across to the astral plane and punch it in the face. Metaphorically and occasionally literally, we'll see how the dice shake out. Um, One of the big appeals of this game is that rather than sort of building and picking classes as you when you start and then being sort of locked into them for some level or another uh, before game starts, we're going to start with a basically blank character sheet and build the character as we play. Pretty much everything they need they've just already figured out from the top row. And as I have already established amongst them, but as you are discovering right now, our PCs for the evening are going to all be members of the American University Paranormal Research Society. So college students at a fairly well-off-to-do college in Washington, D.C., dedicated to researching psychic phenomena. And they will be taking a bit of a road trip. So, yes.
Can my character be a ghost?
I appreciate creativity. Let's keep them. Let's keep our PCs corporeal for the evening.
All right.
But if I can get PC names for everybody, that would be Fabu.
Ooh, man, I'd like that too. You can start putting it in the area. Oh, PC names. It's like the worst. The hardest thing. You might as well have just told me to make a Pathfinder character at level 20.
That's tough, yeah.
So what are this is America, yeah?
Modern day America. Next Sunday AD.
What are you guys thinking?
My character's the name I have picked out is Clover Ronan. First name Clover, last name Ronan, and I have nothing else picked out.
That is all you need. That's at least all we need to get going.
Okay.
At least from you, I need 2 more names.
Amanda, you go.
But it's your channel. You go. You go first.
Do you guys want me to just hit up like a name generator and hit like random names?
No, I got it. I get it. I'll be Darby.
Darby. I'll roll Darby.
Yeah. I'm so cool.
Hell, I'll just go with my LARP character, Lexi.
Perfect. So pretty much when building a starting Zeitgeist character, you'll basically come up with what I would refer to as cosmetic information. Your name, hair color, eye color, all that fun stuff. And then at the bottom is actually the only other thing we're going to fill out for now. That being, your character has an innate psychic ability.
Telekinesis.
Yes, excellent. So Clover has telekinesis.
Clairvoyance.
Lexi has clairvoyance.
Teleportation then.
Perfect.
One of everything.
Have the trifecta.
Amanda, what's your character's name again?
Lexi.
Lexi, all right.
Lexi. Darby, I'll assume is he, him. I know you're not supposed to assume, but Mitchell, do I have that right?
Say again?
Darby's a he, him.
Yes, correct.
Lexi, she, her. Perfect. Okay. And since we struggled so much about telling me about your characters, the next thing we're going to do is talk about another character. Clover.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about a member of the society who isn't with you.
There is Alexis. She is just like really overextended. Like she comes in early, she leaves late, she brings in coffee, she provides emotional support, and like everybody is low-key dancing around the like, hey, are you okay? Are you getting like burned out? Do you need to take a sabbatical? Do you need to do some self-care? But she's like, no, I'm fine. I am totally fine. And like she's not, but also nobody really wants to push her on it too hard. She might have some stuff going on in her personal life.
She definitely does. Specifically, Lexi, tell me why Alexis tried to get all of you to go to...
Alexis, I'm sorry. I can pick a different name.
No, it's fine. here's the funny thing. Just a small aside. The reason my my PC at Magical goes by Lexi is because nobody can actually pronounce her first name. I give up.
Fair enough. But Lexi, tell me why Alexis insisted that all of you visit the old Moreland house in Lament County, West Virginia.
Oh God, West Virginia.
She was passing by it one evening and she noticed some lights on upstairs, but she also had known that it had been abandoned for at least the last few years, maybe even a decade now.
Several decades and even centuries. That's beautiful. Darby, why did none of you go with her?
So I figure, so we're part of this psychic institute, right?
Correct. Well, it's more like a club than an institute, but fair enough.
I figure it's probably like winter time, so either we are busy with studies, some other activities. It was just really a kind of I wish we could go, but we've already made plans elsewhere. Sorry.
And these things happen, and unfortunately, that caused Lexi, or I should say Alexis, to go by herself to take the 4-hour drive from Washington D.C. To middle of nowhere, West Virginia, and then she didn't come back.
Oh,
Crap.
So, road trip.
Road trip, guys.
is there like a missing persons report?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing.
But as the three of you would suspect, and the police would never think to look at, you suspect whatever has happened to Alexis is not of mundane crime. It would be the kind of problem that perhaps only the three of you can solve.
Yeah, what was her psychic thing?
She was a clairvoyant.
All right. Yeah, so that makes sense. Her, someone must have gotten the sneak up on her.
Yep. So, again, we've piled into somebody's car. We'll say, Clover, we'll say it's your car. Congratulations, you now have a car.
Clover, I think like it's rented because like parking at a college is fucking expensive.
Especially in DC. Fair enough. So you've acquired a rented car, which you have driven out to.
It's a minivan.
Beautiful. Which you have driven out to Lament County, West Virginia, which is absolutely a real place that I did not make up.
It's still metal.
It's not a real place. I totally made it up.
Okay.
And as you enter into the town of Fool's End, which is the housing of the old Moreland house, you begin to notice immediately that this place is what modern society and polite people would refer to as a tourist trap. You pass by the Moreland Hotel. There's the old Moreland Diner. There's a banner across the street advertising that in a couple weeks we're having Moreland Fest.
The heck is that?
That sounds so stupid. I love it.
It appears to be.
Sorry, my laptop.
It appears to be like a horror movie festival.
Well, that sounds delightful.
Their guest of honor is an actress that you've never heard of, but she was probably the.
I'm trying to name an actress, but then I realize it defeats the purpose.
Yeah, but it's like she was the lead in like Rock Monster, or
she was victim 1 in Hereditary.
Yeah, something like that. Like, not even victim, like Party Girl 3.
It's reminding me of an episode of Supernatural. I don't know why.
Hi, Peanut. What?
I choose Dean.
But the sort of brown signs that mark the sides of the street, which of course point to areas of historical significance that are protected by the state of West Virginia, as we all know, is the Old Moreland House, which is then preceded by the Old Moreland House Museum and tour guides. And there's a spot where the minivan can be parked. It's sort of a small, kind of single-story building, very kind of plain on the outside. And then there is a steep paved road with one of those like brown gates in front of it.
I guess we should like grab the brochure or Google this or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
So we step inside we park the car, we step inside the museum. But the first thing you notice the minute you walk in the door is that they are using a very liberal definition of museum. And what you see, at least in front of you, could easily better be described as gift shop. And there is all sorts of great tchotchkes up in this place. You've got salt shakers and shot glasses of like the shot glass depicts just what is an old thatched kind of cottage on a hill, which you assume is the Old Moreland House. There are little corn husk dolls that look like little pilgrim people. There is a snow globe of the same roofed, like creepy cottage on the hill, and snow collects around it. And then at the there's a counter where there is one guy wearing what looks to be like a bowling shirt, with Old Moreland House, like historical society, written on it. He is clearly losing his hair, but that has not stopped him from growing it out.
More power to him.
Well, oh, sorry.
And then next to him is a second doorway with one of those like beaded curtain things you get in trendy clothes shops, with a sign next to it that says museum admittance $10.
Well, we're college students, so obviously I'm going to buy a set of shot glasses. You can never have too many.
Yeah.
Done. You now own a set of shot glasses.
So, like, red Solo cups are for people who don't have part-time jobs.
Well, I got a part-time job, but I prefer the red Solo cups. They're cheap, and you just put them in the washer, and it's fine.
Wait, you can wash Solo cups?
Yeah.
No.
That's out of character. I am legitimately fucking shook.
You just gotta like make sure it doesn't get too hot up in there. It's fine.
Wow.
So where could Alexis here be? I mean, she came to this here place, right?
That's the last info you guys have.
I'll go up to this desperate older gentleman with my luscious hair.
It's Texas Sam.
Hey, Sam. My name's Darby. I was wondering if you saw a lady come by here about yay tall, certain type of hair, probably brown, like brown eye. I mean, her name was Alexis. She said she came on down here. So, you have any idea? Have you seen her?
Well, probably. We don't get a lot of tour groups, in the winter, but we get them. I've probably seen the girl fitting her that description.
So why is the Old Moreland House like famous? Like, what's up with it?
Well, of course, that's all covered on the tour. But see, old Jedediah Moreland, he built that cottage out there, back in the 1630s. And it's sort of stayed up there. Of course, now why people care about it mostly is because they all died up there.
How did they what did they die of?
Well, that's the mystery in it.
I guess it is. Did he die too?
Him, and his wife, his 2 boys, and their daughter.
And it's just in the cottage. What is that? Less than a mile down the road or something?
Well, so it's about a mile up the hill. The problem is with the grade. It's real hard to walk. That's why typically when we run tour groups, we take the truck.
You take the truck, huh? All right.
Oh yeah, we pop people in the back of the truck.
All right. How much is a group tour?
He requests an amount of money. It is a reasonable amount of money.
Just throw it on student debt.
Yep.
Yeah, like even though it's a reasonable amount of money, we are college students. We are still broke AF.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a fee that none of you can't pay. As well as if you wanted traversing the museum.
Oh, lit. Yeah, let's check out the museum and then like take the tour, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm gonna kind of like close my eyes and try to think if there's see if there's any psychic anomalies. Is that psychic sense?
That is a thing, and that's a great thing to ask for, Mitchell. And Mitchell, what I'm going to ask you to do is I would like for you to make for me a soul check. Now, what that means is you're going to take your D20. You're going to roll your soul, roll and add your soul, which of course at this point in time is 0, but that's going to be okay. I believe in you.
Fingers crossed. What is it say? That's a 9?
It's a 3.
Oh, so that's some good and bad news. So the bad news is you try to sort of pull your senses past yourself to try to find some sort of High Wednesday, some sort of psychic force beyond this house, and you're not picking up anything. The good news is what that means is that you would mark normally Wednesday.
Cat attack.
You get attacked by a cat. No, you mark what is known as a revelation. So you'll notice these little dashes underneath each of the stats.
Yep.
Use that to record the number of times you have failed a check in that stat.
All right.
When you have failed a number of checks in that stat equal to your current stat plus 1, so in this case, 1, 2 things happen. First, your stat goes up by 1. So you now have a 1 in soul.
Ooh.
And then 2, you can look at the contract list that I gave you. Basically, at this point, some facet of the Zeitgeist is going to reach out to you, see what a good boy you are, and decide to aid you in your quest to fighting the forces of evil. In this case, it's I provided you with a list of all those contracts. You're going to look at all of the soul contracts, since you failed a soul check.
Yay!
And you're going to take any of the level 1 skills in that list.
All right. I'll start looking through these.
Sure. Lexi and Clover, what are we up to?
I'm gonna like actually look at the stuff in the museum, like see if there's anything that could provide like useful background info.
That's a great idea, and I wholly recommend you do that by making a mind check.
Alrighty. 12.
12 is sufficient. So you get a little more details. First off, Sam has no idea what he's talking about in cases of names. The patriarch of the Moreland family was Josiah Moreland, not Jedediah. And he did live, you find out he lived basically as part of a colony in Western Virginia, and basically had some disagreements with himself and the local colony that led to his exile from it. So he built this cabin up on top of the hill with his wife Margaret, his sons Michael and Daniel, and their daughter Ruth. And basically, the nearby settlement would only see them once a year when they came in for supplies. And then basically they went, came down for the winter of 34 to buy supplies, and then never came back.
So they just like vanished? Like nobody found their bodies or anything?
Not quite. So when the spring of 36 came around, a group of men decided to climb the hill and check. They found Josiah Moreland sitting on the porch, dead. Margaret on the floor of the main room of the cottage, dead. Ruth was in her bed upstairs, dead. Michael and Daniel were gone.
I chose it.
What did you choose?
I chose the Saint, First Blessing. So as long as I'm with you guys or with an ally, I may reroll the first die, the first one of the session.
Yep.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
I did it for you guys.
Of course, you took Saint.
Oh, I did not even. Yeah, that works perfectly.
It does. And so yeah, from a cursory glance of the, there's like basically two halves to the museum, and you pick up that's what you pick up from the historical side. The second half is sort of what the Moreland House mystery has meant to the town. So it talks about things like Moreland Fest, and how, hey, back in like 2002, they got Robert Englund to be the guest of honor.
Ooh.
And the fact that they're bragging about something that happens from 2002 should tell you enough.
Not much has happened.
There's a bit about a crappy TV movie that was allegedly based off the mystery of the Moreland House.
Is it so? It's like that movie that's like The Witch, but instead of just typing witch, it's like two V's. It's sort
Yes,
of W.
The Vavitch. Yep. There's also like a television off in the corner that is playing an episode of like some show from clearly like Discovery Channel, or the History Channel maybe, and it's just playing it on repeat. Sam is in the video, like.
Oh, poor Sam. So during this tour, we get to check out the house itself.
Yep. You get to. You basically. I'd have Lena. She's our designated tour guide right now. She will get the truck, carry you all up there, and she'll show you the house.
Okay, cool.
And about our friend Alexis, is there any way we could take a look-see, a peek at your and he starts looking around, any security tapes you might have, or just
like show them a picture of Alexis, because that would probably help.
Yeah.
Like her
flip up a phone.
Give me another soul check, Darby, to try to convince this.
I got a 5.
Okay, so at this point you have two options. You technically had two options before, but this is the best way to teach it. You could elect to take that failure. You're just not going to convince this guy to let you look at his security tapes, random teenager. Random young adult.
Yeah.
Or maybe Darby is super good at persuading people to do what he wants. In that case, you can have what is known as an epiphany. What that means is you'll notice you have your blank skills.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, we're talking about all the ones to the very left: 1 4, 2 3s, and 2 2s, 3 2s.
Yeah, 3 2s. Yeah.
I know this game.
It's your game.
I wrote this game.
It's whatever you say is true.
Yeah.
I mean.
No. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have the superpowers of defining reality here.
1 4, 2 3s, and 3 2s. Basically, you can decide that perhaps persuasion can be one of those skills for being the best thing Darby is best at.
Yes.
Okay, done. So you will mark yourself as a +4, and then you'll roll again.
for? Do I just put like diplomacy or talking to people?
Sure, diplomacy, persuasion, talking to people, whatever. We're very open here.
Diplomacize.
What really are skills?
I know, right? And so for this, am I adding the soul number as well as the diplomacy
Correct.
number? Okay. All
So
right.
you-
Don't suck, please.
Crossed.
So I rolled a 13, so 14, 18.
There you go.
Oh, that's really
Attaboy.
good. Yeah.
He sees the concern on your face, Darby, and he's like, yeah. Do y'all know when she was here?
Give the date that I
Yeah,
guess she left. Yeah.
You do. And he comes back. He basically comes back with a little laptop. Plays back. They of course have it flagged for when tour groups arrive.
Mm-hmm.
So he notes, yeah, your friend definitely came in here and bought a ticket to go up the hill. She didn't come back in. That ain't too uncommon though.
What do you mean that's not too uncommon? That
Some people come up, see the tour, get in their cars, and go home.
Oh. Well,
Oh my gosh, we should check and see if her car is still here. She has a car, right?
yeah. Yeah, let's go
Yes.
check it out.
She absolutely does. Everybody knows about Alexis's car.
We'll go out. We'll kind of peek out the windows or something to see.
Sure enough, I'm not gonna make you roll to spot a car. Sure enough, yeah, her car is in the parking lot. You think you would have noticed a car with DC plates sitting in the parking lot for several weeks.
Hmm.
But Sam strikes you as a simple creature.
So, guys, I think if we brought any of our gear with us, maybe we should go take a look and run the millimeter over there.
Dumb question, do we have gear?
Fun story, yes you do.
Oh, lit.
So in terms of like any sort of mundane gear you want to have, absolutely no problem, done and done. If one would wish to be packing something a little more lethal, options are available for the
Abacus.
discerning. You could wield an abacus if that's how you
show them.
if that's how you want to live your life.
Yeah. So far we're fulfilling all my dreams. I am a character who can afford tours, and I am good at diplomacy.
Nice.
Everything Mitchell needs for a good night. So in terms of things like weapons and armor, we basically have 3 classifications. We're only going to worry about 2 of them for now, which are light and medium. In the cases of a light melee weapon, that's going to be something like a switchblade or a broken ruler. Medium melee weapon is going to be something like a baseball bat. Any light weapon, there are also range weapons. So a light range weapon would be like a slingshot, whereas a range, medium range weapon would be like a gun. Bang bang. In either case, a light weapon is going to give you a +2 to the roll to hit somebody, and then deal 2 damage. A medium weapon is going to use the discerning stat. In the case of a melee weapon, that's going to be body. In the case of a ranged weapon, that is going to be mind. And that's going to deal 4 damage. Melee weapons get to add your body to the damage as well. That's the sort of benefit you get for having to be up at somebody's grill and probably getting punched first. In terms of defensive options for armor, we have basically flat damage reduction. Light armor is basically a heavy jacket. You're probably all, since you established it was winter, you're probably all wearing light armor. You're probably all wearing light armor now.
Yeah, I'm wearing
which
the puffy orange
Yep.
jacket.
Which is a flat DR1. if you wanted something a little heavier, like a black jacket, that is going to be a medium armor, and that's going to give you a damage reduction of 2 to any incoming attack, but you're going to get a -1 to all attack rolls while wearing it because it's a little more difficult to move in. In terms of running the EKG, done. Have it. Take it. Go crazy.
All right, I'm gonna go get the Melmeter then, and I'll see you guys out by her car, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Done. So Amanda, I'm actually gonna run with you for a bit, since these two have had their fun. So you're running out and you're getting the meter. We're packing anything else?
Spirit box, SP7.
Done. Make me a soul check.
Okay. 15.
15. So soul is also used for your kind of inner psychicness, your connection to the zeitgeist and the greater astral world around you. You're getting kind of a bad vibe, as one could describe it. Not necessarily like a specifically like from the woods. Like there's something, like you're being watched by something out in the woods. Not someone, not in like a creepy pervert way. In a something like a bear kind of way.
Okay.
It's probably nothing. You're probably just being paranoid.
Amanda in her brains is going, no.
It's fine. So Lexi's pulling things out of the car. Darby and Clover, are we doing anything else in the shop before we?
No, just kind of like every now and then looking out to see if everything's okay. Making
Yeah.
small talk with Sam.
Every time you check Lexi through the window, she seems very much not dead.
I'm just gonna be like, so how long have you been working here? Like, why did you decide to work at the museum? What's your favorite part about living in this town? You know, like act like I'm interested. See if you and that could be useful.
Sure. Yeah, give me a soul check. Let's do a chit chat check.
7.
7 will be a failure.
Okay.
Okay, then take your 1 soul and your contract.
Ooh, okay.
That being said, Sam is not afraid to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel as though you may have opened Pandora's box. He's happy to answer all your questions. He's worked here for the last 23 years. He works here because there's really nowhere else in town to work. Trying to remember. I feel like there were 4, and I'm only remembering 3. Why does he choose to live here? Because he was born here. And then proceeds to just like go on and on about contributing to historical significance. He does seem to truly believe that what he's doing is important, even if they've taken a historical landmark and leveraged it for commercial use based on the deaths of fellow human beings.
Hey, capitalism, you do what you got to do.
You do. But he says that in about 10 times the length it would take to actually communicate all that.
Okay. And I'm going to take the first level of core, which is psychic nexus. You can like connect people to communicate telepathically, and like you can communicate telepathically with people.
You have the party line.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love it.
Hello.
Excellent. So you all meet back out at Alexis's car. And shortly thereafter, you see a bright, chipper young lady, probably still a teenager. she's got her, straight brown hair pulled back in the tightest ponytail she possibly can. There's a non-insignificant concern for her scalp, and she is smiling. There's a non-insignificant concern for her cheeks, and she's wearing the same sort of bowling shirt, despite it being super cold out here. She says, "All right, so y'all ready to take the tour?"
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Great. She points to the Ford F-150 behind her, with its engine running. All right, climb on in the back.
Oh,
So while we're in the car, I take a selfie and post it to Snapchat. And is there a Moreland geotagged Snapchat filter? And if so, what is it?
There is.
Yes.
y'all too young for me. I have no idea what you just said.
I am 24. That's so funny because I never think of myself as young.
C'est la vie.
It's very sort of like generic horror where it's like a brown filter with some with a speckled vignette on the side and like
Spooky, scary sepia.
Oh yes, you got it. With the logo superimposed on the bottom.
It's tacky. I love it.
So tacky. Tacky AF. Sorry?
I was saying, Lexi wants everybody to hold on a second while she runs back to the car to grab her pack.
Okay.
Done. Tell me what's in Lexi's pack.
So, I'm going to go a little stupid supernatural here.
Go stupid supernatural. How dare you?
Okay, so in the pack, it's a large pack. It's more like a duffel that she can carry on her back. It's got a sawed-off with rock salt in it.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some holy water in there, some silver, and cold iron.
Beautiful. All right.
I'm ready for everything.
Not typically useful for fighting the forces of the Hollow, but hope springs eternal. One day you'll catch that vampire.
Yeah.
Gotta go with what you know, right?
Yeah, it's always useful. Salt does the same thing to everyone's eyes.
It turns out, yeah, you have found shooting things with a shotgun, even if it's filled with rock salt, does do damage.
Still hurts.
If we're talking about weaponry, I think like Clover has a knife. Like it's like a pink knife, but it still stabs people.
I love it.
Yeah, I have the little knitting.
The knitting needles?
Yeah, I have like a couple of them.
Party.
Valid, powerful, mood.
Yes.
Okay, I wrote them down as knitting needles, and I needed you to know that.
Wait. If you have long hair, you should like pull it back and stick them in there.
Oh, yes. Very. I just have it like up in my hair like that.
Done.
Very fashionable man bun of murder.
Yep.
Done.
I'm like, bring it on, folk.
Done. So Sam was not kidding. For the record, this girl introduces herself as Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
And she is far too enthused to be out here in the cold.
Oh
in the
no.
morning.
All right, hold on. Let me get some coffee first.
Yeah, it is that kind of force of personality where no one's ready for this person.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some
I took
coffee.
a selfie with Jenny for my Instagram.
Absolutely do, and she's 100% cool with it.
Hashtag penny for a tail.
I understood most of what you were saying that time.
There we go. So you turns out Sam was not kidding about the grade when it comes to this trek. It is a pretty long drive for a mile. It takes a non-insignificant about 10 minutes. But the steepness of the hill, you probably could have walked it if you had wanted to. It would not have been pleasant for even the most athletic among you. So that's where we're at. You get to the top of the hill, where in fact, much like in the snow globes in the gift shop, there is now standing in its full, whatever the opposite of glory is
Profane.
is the old, yeah, in its full profanity is the old Moreland house. It is a 2-story cabin. With basically a sort of done-in porch, and then sort of a path that leads back around the house. The truck stops at a manufactured home sort of off to the side. Jenny walks into the manufactured home, seems to just open the door, grab a key off the wall, shuts the door, and goes back through and proceeds to go through the entire tourist spiel that that Clover you picked up from the museum. That's the word I'm looking for. And she tells you basically everything that was up there before, except for the part, of course, that it stood there abandoned until the West Virginia government declared it a historical site and began restoration efforts.
Any complications with the restoration efforts?
She says, well, no more than usual with a project like this, making sure that the wood ain't ate up and all that. But, we're constantly keeping track of the maintenance. And, of course, we have some of the occasional supernatural events that go on.
Oh, like what?
Yeah.
As you're passing close to the door, she says, for example, this here rocking chair. There's a rocking chair sitting next to her on the porch. Well, this here is a replica. It ain't Josiah's actual rocking chair, but it is a replica of his rocking chair. And sometimes, while I'm out here at night by myself, it just rocks back and forth on its own.
Why would you be out here by yourself in the middle of the night?
What he said.
Because I keep the place, and I live right there. She says, pointing to the manufactured home.
Are you sure it couldn't just maybe be the wind moving the chair?
Well, it looks like we have a skeptic. Ain't that nice?
I never said I was a skeptic.
I
I'm
mean,
just asking.
I'm a skeptic.
Can I just be a fucking troll and use my telekinesis to start the chair rocking?
I couldn't stop you if I wanted to.
I'm gonna do that.
And Sam proceeds. Jenny proceeds to look at you with the see, huh? Ghosts.
I send a laughter emoji to the psychic group chat.
And I'm like, well, you see here, because of the centrifugal force of the Earth spinning around, every now and then you're going to get something like that.
So as we step into the threshold here, you'll see. There is you're in a sort of. She brings you into sort of a big sitting room. Well, there is a staircase off to the left that goes up onto a balcony, and you can sort of see doors into rooms behind her. There's also a door behind her as well, which she. So she starts going into a tour, is basically a huge spiel about how they were all found dead. She points to this red stain in the wood on the floor.
Oh shit!
Which is where Margaret was found. They mentioned that there's several theories as to how she got there. Some people theorize that she fell from the balcony, and some theorize that somebody attacked her. She doesn't even go into some of the sort of the pet theories as to what happened with the Moreland house. The most prevalent of which is that the boys, Daniel and the other one, Daniel and Michael, may have basically had a disagreement with their isolationist father.
Mm-hmm.
And killed the family, taken the supplies, and run off. Um, and of course, there are some people who believe that there's some sort of creature lurking up in the woods. They mentioned that while none of the boys were very prolific in keeping records, none of them. Ruth actually could read from an early age, and in fact kept a diary.
Oh, good kid.
And mentions that her brother Daniel saw some sort of dark figure in the woods while he was out cutting wood. And so, of course, she says, certain folk theorize that it was the monster that got him.
What monster? Can you describe it?
Well, all we have is what little Ruth wrote down in her diary, and she basically just says some sort of dark, shadowy thing, like a bar, but not a bar.
I see. Well, all right. I mean, what did the bodies look like when someone came upon them?
Well, Josiah oddly was, according to some of the records from the menfolk that came down from Fool's End, or the town that would become Fool's End. Josiah were near naked when we found him out on his rocking porch with his gun just across his lap. Nothing strange about Ruth's body. I guess they had mentioned it's in the diary. She was real sick. So they figure maybe she just left, sort of just kind of went in the night. Maybe that was what stirred up the whole craziness to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the other theory is that maybe when Ruth was at her worst, Josiah had no choice to send his boys, try to send them down through the woods in the night to the town, and they just got lost.
So when when Margaret and Josiah were found, were they did it look like they'd been killed, or were they just dead?
Well, the practice of medicine weren't exactly hard science.
Yeah, but if somebody has been stabbed, you can be oh, there's a hole in their body.
Well, certainly she points down to the floor at this. Margaret had seemed to have suffered something. Josiah, they didn't know. If there's any sort of bodily injury, nobody ever mentions it.
Weird.
So, at this point, Lexi is a little more than just curious about Jenny, from the way she looks to how very perky she is. So she turns to her and says, "Jenny, how long have you lived out here?"
My whole life, most.
So did your parents live out here too, or did you Wow.
Oh yeah, my mom was one of the waitresses down at the Moreland Diner. My daddy runs a garage up in Fairmont.
Interesting. So you went to school around here?
Yeah. Logan High School.
Is there anything you can tell us about the area? I mean, what's it kind of like out here?
What? All right, Lexi, I'm prepared to take this in whatever kind of crazy direction you're trying to go. What are you trying to get? What are you trying to get here? Are you trying to get are you trying to find a hole in her story? Is that the plan here?
So I don't want to do any spoilers for American Horror Story Roanoke.
Oh my God, that was my favorite season.
I have not seen it.
That's where my brains is going on this one. She's a hunting for the monster.
Okay. Give me a soul check. You made a good run of those so far.
12.
12. You grill Jenny for a good while. and she's happy to give her whole tragic backstory. It's not that tragic, other than I mean, no more tragic than a teenager who you can tell has grown up here in these mountains and will die here in these mountains because they just don't know any better. But you get the first off, you don't find any sort of flaws in her story, other than if you start grilling, as we'll assume you start grilling her on her hobbies. She seems to jump a bit in those. She mentions she has a boyfriend. She does not mention what they do together.
Suspicious.
Super suspicious.
Can we like check out the woods? That's in character. I'm asking Jenny.
Oh
like,
yeah, if you all
really
want to
love like nature and stuff. Like I
Yeah.
have a lot of succulents in my dorm room.
I don't know what that means, but I'm real happy for you.
Oh, succulents, they're like cactuses but friendly.
That sounds nice. Tell you what, I'm gonna go sit in the truck. You all let me know when you want to go back down.
Okay, cool. Oh, can I like have your number? That way I can like text you when we're coming out of the woods so that you can get the car started.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have the car started. Don't you worry.
Okay, guys, I don't have a good feeling about this, guys.
So Clover, you want to check out you want to head around back, check out the woods?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
What has ever gone wrong with young adults going into the woods?
Exactly.
Everything has turned out fine.
It's fine. We have knives. I have knives.
You do. So Clover, you go around back, and there is you could in theory just start walking off into the woods. At some point, this is West Virginia. At some point, you're going to hit a mountain, and then your walk's going to get real complicated real fast. But there is also what appears to be like a cutting stump, basically. Probably in theory where the Morelands cut their firewood.
Is there like a path or something? Because like I don't want to just be like stomping through brambles and vines and shit. That's how you get like bits of plants stuck on your jeans. I hate that. It's the fucking worst.
So there seems to be a small one that sort of goes around the property, but not one that goes like off into the woods.
Is anything pinging off of psychic senses?
Give me a soul check. Let's find out.
I got a 12.
Yes, absolutely. So I mean, you sort of extend your senses beyond yourself. Turns out this whole place is bad. Like it's no good. You're on the right track with a 12, because 12 would be a yes, but so yes, you definitely get a vibe, and it's not a good one. There is definitely some sort of hollow activity.
Yeah. Is there any way to kind of like figure out if Alexis is in the area or was in the area?
So in theory, one of you is a clairvoyant.
Can I try and nexus Alexis?
You can try to nexus Alexis, but you
loop her into my core powers.
Yeah, you try, but you don't get her.
Okay.
But Lexi.
Yes.
You are a clairvoyant.
Indeed.
And that allows you to spy on places and people you've met before.
Oh, yeah. Spy on her. We're going to be creepy.
You should definitely try it.
Oh, okay. What'd I do?
You tell me you're going to do that thing.
I'm going to do that thing.
You do the thing. So first, I'm going to need one. Well, not one more, but an additional soul check from you. You'll get something because I technically can't take clairvoyance abilities away from you. But let's see how this goes for you.
I don't know if you can you read the
That's a nat 20.
Oh man,
Beautiful.
do what you
Okay.
want.
You know everything. So you do get to a vision of Alexis sitting in what appears to be a cabin in a corner, just sort of sitting there, like almost like limp. And there's some sort of like grain, like psychic feedback. You think she's on the other side. She's on the astral plane.
That's not a
And
good sign.
since you rolled a nat 20, I'm not going to make you take that. I'm not going to make you take that 2 damage I was about to make you take. So, you know.
Oh, lit. That's good.
Look at that.
Wait, so how do we like yeet ourselves onto the astral plane?
How do you what with a what now?
Yeet.
How do you yeet yourselves? Y-E-E-T means to throw energetically.
This is
Where the
awesome.
girl says, "This bitch is empty. Yeet."
That hurt.
Yeet
That
is
hurt my
yours.
heart.
Okay.
It's also important to note that it is distinct from Kobe in that it is specifically for distance.
Yes, Kobe is for accuracy.
Are we just making things up as we go along?
No,
It is role playing.
real. I will link you to Urban Dictionary.
This is sad. I am only 30 years old.
So, what a good question nonetheless, Clover. So you would need to find something known as an anomaly. An anomaly is just a spot where the veil between our world and the astral world is thin. Once you're there, for you guys, stepping across that divide is child's play. It is like taking a step into a swimming pool. That metaphor got away from me. But what you would also know is that is typically where an anomaly occurs is where the hollow is trying to just eke its badness out into a zone. And to that, since I assume this conversation is happening on the party line,
Mm-hmm.
I would like everybody to make for me a mind check.
Never.
You don't have to. I'm not going to force you to consider the implications as to what I just said.
So that's either a 19 or a 3, and it got stuck on my pencil, so I'm re-rolling for an unambiguous number.
That seems...
And it's a unambiguous fucking 3.
I got a 17.
Got a 9.
So good news for Clover and Lexi. We can go up in mind if we want.
All right.
You
Sounds
lucky
good.
Dogs.
Darby.
Actually, no. I want to take a skill. I feel like it would make
Done.
sense for this character I'm playing to take a skill.
Sure. What is your thinking through a problem skill?
Intuition.
Intuition. I like it. Done and done. I suppose, Lexi, the same option is available to you, or you can
Get a power.
you can gain some power.
Right now, I'll just take the one in mine because I haven't really had a chance to look over the others.
Good call.
Yeah, they're all pretty cool.
Oh, I know. That's the problem I'm having. I'm like, I want this one.
I want to fail a lot.
Heals my heart. All right. So Clover, did you get your reroll?
Oh, yeah. I reroll.
Yeah.
9?
It's still not quite there.
No.
But you're getting the implication like something's not right there. Like something's not good in that. Darby, you immediately figure out what the terrible implication is here. So you guys live in Washington. You guys live and mostly deal with problems in
Oh,
Washington,
so
D.C.
something is bad in the cursed town where no one ever leaves and their only industry is a tourist trap based on death?
Yes.
Wow, I
Say
am
it ain't so.
so shook.
So you have a lot of benefits. Sure, you have a lot of benefits that are available to urbanites such as yourselves. First off, when a anomaly creates sort of strange erratic behavior, it's really easy for you guys to find out about it because it gets covered on the news. Because there are several blogs that you have Google alerts set up for when something weird happens.
Like we do.
Yeah, as a group such as yourselves would have. And thus, anomalies pop up, but then you guys immediately shut them back down. Brief aside, while I'm giving this terrifying implication, the way you guys would shut down an anomaly is to find what is known as its anchor. The anchor being, surprise, the thing holding it in place. That can either be an agent of the hollow itself.
Okay.
Or it can be an object. If it's an object, it simply needs to be removed from the anomaly. And if it's an agent, well, then it's got to go. So
that means that this anomaly has just been this like anomaly or whatever has just been chilling since the 1600s.
Yes. And what does it mean for an anomaly to sit and radiate evil for 400 years?
That it's connected to the history of atrocities and genocide perpetuated by American colonizers.
I mean,
That
yes.
sounds right.
Well done. Definitely will throw that on the podcast. But also in terms of, you're vaguely aware that occasionally sort of weird stuff will pop through an anomaly, but typically that's all that happens, and you don't let them last long enough to see what would happen if one stuck around longer.
Okay.
So this is a very unique situation you find yourselves in. But
we gotta close it.
From Lexi's psychic insights, you definitely know that your friend is in that anomaly somewhere in this house, and there's not too many places for it to be.
So does it mean we have to go to the other to the astral plane and grab her?
Correct. Okay. Do we have like an anomaly detection thingy?
You do. Yes. So you're all able to detect the presence of an anomaly, and you're all kind of getting that vibe already. How it works is it's not like a GPS where it's like, oh, yes, it's 300 yards that way. It's like a hot and cold kind of thing.
Mm.
And right now you're medium warm.
Oh, can we do like it's like hot and cold?
Yes.
All right, I'm just gonna spin around until I get like a sense as to which direction I should go in because I have +4 intuition and I'm good at that.
Fair enough. Yeah, make me I don't know what sort of check one makes for a spinning around. We'll make it mind and we'll add your intuition. It'll be fun.
Alrighty, here's my die. 12.
12 will do. You get a hint that it is in the back corner. And since in theory that could be back in what you find out from Jenny is the kitchen, while she was giving her long spiel. More likely it is upstairs in somebody's room.
Okay.
I bet I know whose room it is.
Do you?
Yeah, it could be Ruth. I mean, like, I don't think there were more than one room upstairs.
That's fair.
There are 3 actually. Sorry, no, I lied. There are 2. There's a room off to the side, which was Josiah and his wife's room, and then upstairs was a room for the boys, and then a room for Ruth. Do we just
So-
windmill slam Ruth's room, or
So I'm going
so.
to say that everybody should pause for a minute.
Okay.
Deep breaths. And then Lexi's gonna set her bag down, open it up, and pull out the millimeter. Yay! Now,
What's the thingy? What does it do?
so if you look at the little needle here, if something's going on, if it's detecting something abnormal in the electromagnetic waves, it will start to spike. So we want to go towards the spike.
Okay.
Yeah, fine with me.
I have never considered the scientific implications of psychic phenomena, and I feel like that's a flaw on my part. That's really a failure on me, and I appreciate you for bringing that to my attention. So yeah, I assume in a pretty stable marching order, it's not going to matter. We follow Lexi up the stairs, holding the meter in front, and sure enough, the farther back into the room you get, it is the needle starting to go a little crazy, and then it goes, and then as you cross the threshold into Ruth's room, that needle goes crazy.
Woo! We found it.
Hooray! You're standing in a nexus of evil.
Yeah, it seems like this is it.
Can I try like psychically communicating with Alexis again now that we're like in the thingy?
You can.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. What do I roll?
You don't roll. You just kind of do.
Okay.
You get the sense that
Bitch.
you are picking her up, but you're not getting anything back. To use the like group chat metaphor,
You've
Yeah.
been left on red.
you are left on red.
My worst nightmare. Okay, I guess we have to go through the nexus.
You do. It is a simple matter of just kind of a psychic step. The room sort of fades to black around you, and when it sort of comes back, it's a bit of a weird double take. It often is when stepping across, because the astral plane doesn't play by the rules of like
Aw.
reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's like friends with benefits with reality. So you might be standing on top of a building, or suddenly inside a painting, or in this case, and this is almost worse in some ways, standing in front of the building you were just in.
Everything's fine. This is fine.
It's a little jarring, and then the next jarring thing is that, unlike the old Moreland house, one, the truck is gone. Jenny probably along with the truck.
Uh-huh.
And she's been replaced by a gentleman sitting in a rocking chair in his long johns with a gun across his with a gun across the armrest.
I told you guys we couldn't trust that bitch.
Wait, so what happened? So Jenny is actually Josiah?
That's a theory.
Hello?
You like stops. Hi there.
How have you been? We've come up to deliver some supplies to you from the general store in town. We've got some sacks of feed, we've got some calico, and we've got some musket shells. My parents took me to historical reenactments when I was a kid. I fucking got this. Also, I watched Hamilton.
That's really all you need.
5 different times.
That's mighty kind of you. Afraid it's too late for us, though.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that don't make no sense. You're right there.
Even then, my boys are gone. My wife's gone. My daughter's gone. Can I get mind checks around real quick?
Oh crap.
That's a 9.
19.
I got a 1, but due to my saint ability, I get to re-roll it.
You sure do. So Clover, normally you would fail, but I'm gonna let your intuition roll in here a bit, and at least get you to the point of it is too cold for him to be sitting out here in what he's wearing. Lexi, you definitely get with that 19. He's got hypothermia.
Oh.
When somebody gets into the later stages of hypothermia, it actually becomes impossible for the body to tell whether it is hot or cold. And in fact, they typically assume that they are hot and start removing clothing to try to remedy that situation, which typically causes them to die faster.
I got a 19 as well.
Everything I just said also occurs to you, Darby.
Times 2. Well, you mind if I just take a peek-see into your house? I'm looking for someone.
What do you know what happened to your boys? Did you send them into town or something, or did they leave? If you don't mind me asking.
Sent them into town to go find something to help Ruth. But I don't think they're going to come back.
Josiah, can you answer me a question real quick?
Uh-huh.
What's the year?
1633.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Slowly pull out my phone.
How about we all go inside and I can fix something to eat.
I'll just wait out here on the porch for him for a little longer.
Try to send a text message.
You do not have any bars in the astral plane, I'm sorry to say.
All right, so what's in the kitchen? Is there like something to boil water with?
Sure. I mean, they have a stove.
I have some tea in my bag because I'm a college student and the dining hall has self-serve beverages, and sometimes I just go and load my shoulder bag up with tea packets.
I'll
So
allow it.
I'm gonna make some tea.
Okay.
The moment I get in, I'm like, Alexis, you in here?
Ooh, I can use my telekinesis to like instantly boil the water by like agitating the molecules or some shit, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
I find some mugs. I go outside with a couple of mugs. I offer Josiah a mug of tea because like Southern hospitality and all that, and he would probably find it rude to refuse.
He does.
Take the tea.
He in fact, and he is mighty kind of you.
No trouble.
And he does drink it. And somewhere a heart breaks over the concept of somebody trying to save somebody who died 400 years ago.
You shut your face, man. We're gonna save everyone.
Darby, your call yields no response.
Son of a bitch. Hey, Clover.
Hey.
Can you
Yeah, I can try.
You're left on red.
Damn it.
I can try clairvoyance.
Yeah, try the.
Tell us what. Yeah, like put in the psychic group chat what the room that looks like what the room that Alexis is in looks like, and then we could like see if it matches to any of the rooms in the house because like we took a tour.
Very clever, and it does. It matches up to Ruth's room. but you can sort of get like a full view of the room. Alexis is not in there alone. Ruth is sitting in her bed, and something that appears to be a man made out of TV static is sitting perfectly on the little girl's chest.
Okay, we're gonna go inside.
We're gonna what?
Yeah, seems like the only smart thing to do here at this moment is just to confront the nefarious individual and see what sort of, I don't know, thing might occur.
I do like the fucking Winter Soldier switchblade flip with my pastel pink pocket knife.
Beautiful.
Kick open the door, stomp up the stairs, kick open that door.
You do. And the scene is as you just saw it. Though the TV static man, he's now looking at you.
Y'all have a very different definition of intelligent than I do.
Ooh.
And Alexis is what, on the ground?
She's sort of off in the corner, and is just again sitting there, ragdolled, kind of limp, alive, breathing clearly, but seems to not be there. The TV static thing will look at and with just words coming from nowhere, say, "These two are mine. Go get your own."
I'm gonna throw the knife.
And at this point,
So, like,
at this point, we will enter combat. So the
Wait,
first
what
thing we're
is that?
I'm so glad you asked, Clover. First, we're gonna roll initiative. Initiative is a flat D20, no additives whatsoever. Oh, good.
I'm praying to the initiative gods.
You gotta make the sacrifice.
17.
Man, I should have prayed.
No, making myself look stupid by making a stupid noise on stream is the sacrifice. It only works among strangers.
Beautiful. So it's Clover with a 17. Darby?
7.
Darby with a 7.
Take that.
And Lexi?
15.
Lexi, beautiful. So I admit I wanted to keep you all sweating for a little longer there. I can get that on stream.
Is that 7?
It's a 7.
That's no. There we go. That's the one.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's.
Take that, bad guy.
So I'm going last. So on your turn, you can do 3 things. You can move. I'm mostly worried about fictional positioning. If it's super important to you and your friends, viewers at home, the average person can move about 30 feet and around.
Well, I mean, we probably won't have to move that much because we're in like one room.
Yeah.
No, and also if you're a GM like me, you just don't care.
Yeah.
But some people care, and so I specified about 30 feet and around if it matters to you.
Zeitgeist, the miniature war game.
Yeah.
Use rulers, tactical combat.
Yeah, if you need that, if that's what you need out of your life. You can take an action that can be typically is going to be an attack, but could be making a skill check. And then there is what is known as a swift action. That is anything like drawing a weapon, putting a weapon away, passing a thing, minor dumb stuff that you can do on the turn. Some abilities will activate as a swift action. But we are going to start way at the top there with Clover.
Yeah, I throw a knife.
You sure do. Make me a mind check. So normally when you guys will make, if and when you get attacked, not that you're going to get attacked, you'll roll to defend yourself as well as my roll to attack. When
Actually,
you're
I'm
rolling,
just realizing maybe I shouldn't throw a knife at somebody who's like sitting on a child, because like what if the knife goes through him and hits the kid?
Yeah.
oh, whatever.
Actually, if everyone's okay with it, we'll take a quick 10-minute break just before we hop into
I am
Gambit.
so hungry right now.
Yeah. Get some food. I'd like some coffee.
I'm good with it. Take a
Yeah.
commercial break.
All right, guys. We will see you guys in 10 minutes.
Peace
Stay
out.
tuned.
Yeah.
And we're back. And you got
And
cats.
we're back.
Hey, internet.
Welcome to the Catcast, your one-stop shop for all cat news.
He's baby.
Okay,
Baby.
now I really want to do like a role-playing game inspired by Cats the Musical.
Oh my god. Okay, you have to play Goblin/Baby, Babie. It is a GM-less, mechanics-like tabletop game by somebody I follow on itch.io, and it's about being a litter of kittens and being adorable, but also being destructive little monsters who wreck everything in your path.
So, and I'll talk about you. Got me on this now. So, but then we'll get back to the game. You could also run Monarchies of Mao, which is
Annoying.
Onyx Path's sequel to Pugmire.
Yeah.
Oh, also it's free.
They also on Kickstarter they have magical kittens.
I'm posting a link to Goblin/Baby in the chat.
Awesome.
Beautiful. So, of course, yeah. Now that we've gotten all the cat-related news out of the way,
All the cats run out of
let's
the
talk
room
about
as we do this combat.
let's talk about the terrifying static monster that's about to eat your faces.
Whoa! It didn't say to do that. I thought it was gonna be our friend.
No, I'm gonna cast Eat Face, and that'll be that. But first is Clover, and you were gonna throw a knife at it.
Yeah, I have very much rethought throwing a knife at somebody who may or may not be substantial and is definitely sitting on top of a child ghost who may not be alive but can probably feel pain. So
You know,
instead,
that's reasonable.
yeah, so instead of throwing the knife, I am just gonna like sprint up to him and like I don't know, maybe like jump off some other furniture and like stab him.
Some hardcore parkour. Okay, that's awesome.
We've
you're
lost
gonna
our
roll-
GM.
You're gonna roll body.
Okay.
Um,
Be really careful when I move because my cat is sleeping on my entire lap. That's a 5.
that is going to be insufficient, but that's gonna give you a point of body.
Oh shit! The courier is mined. I was convinced that was body.
Nope. Anything to do with like agility or quickness? That's a mind thing.
Okay.
Throwing the knife, that would have been a mind check.
Okay. Darn it. All right.
But you do your hardcore parkour, and you attempt to stab into the. I will say, since you were specifically trying to be careful of the child,
Mhm.
slash across the gentleman. And the moment he's there, and then the next he's gone. And then as you land and finish your move, it's as he reappears in that spot as if he never left.
Crap. Are
Um,
you saying physical violence won't work on this?
you're saying I'm saying physical violence did not work in this specific occurrence. If you're terribly worried about not using physical violence, another combat option you have at your disposal besides a weapon, which I only mentioned up until this point because it doesn't involve carrying a weapon, is you have a Psy Blast. You have Mind Bullets.
Ooh.
That is that uses your soul, and will always deal your soul plus 1 damage.
Yes. Let's do this.
All right, sounds good. Roll that soul.
Me?
No, oh, sorry, no. Actually, I will be happy to look back at initiative order Wednesday.
Ooh, and also I am taking the first immortal boon or contract or whatever.
Yes,
Like I don't know if we'll use like does not need to breathe, but I just think
it's cool.
it's
But
cool.
it's cool.
Yeah. Like even if it never actually comes into play, it's cool.
I fought so hard for
Yeah.
that contract.
All those times you like accidentally choked on water. Never more.
Never again. Never again. Never happened.
Too
Let's
real.
see. You have a shotgun full of rock salt.
Uh-huh.
I suspect that's going to come into play here.
Yes.
All right. I like it. Let's show me your mind.
18.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh.
Nail him. He will take the 4 full. I'm going to assume shotgun is a medium damage, even if it's loaded with rock salt. I'm going to make that call as a narrator, and he'll take the full four damage and wish that hadn't happened.
Yeah, James Dean.
Hey, that actually finally came in handy. Nice.
I told you guys. Jeez.
I told yous.
That was creepy as hell. I don't know what that was.
That's my baby. He just generally likes to add sound effects in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But it like trailed off, and I was like,
Yeah, that's what babies. Yeah, I've babysat a lot, and like that's what they do at that age when they want to let you know they're still alive.
Darby, how you feeling about? What do you want to do with your life?
So Darby's gonna be like, all right, let's do this, and he's gonna go and shoot a mind bullet.
Beautiful. Roll that soul quit it.
Got a 9.
9 is the number of the day. So as I think I started to explain before we end the break. When you guys are attacked, like right after this, sorry, real quick, Darby, what's your soul?
Oh yeah, it's soul. So actually, the roll would be
1.
a 10. So it's 1.
That's even better. So your soul is 1, so it'll do 2 damage.
Haha! I kill it.
You don't, but it's still not happy about that. When you are rolling to be attacked, like for example, Lexi, you're going to get attacked here. This thing is going to reach out with its own psychic abilities, and I need you to roll your mind. And I'm going to roll against you. I got a 6.
I got a 15.
That's better. So you feel like he's trying to sap the energy from your body, but you are able to resist it. Before we get to the top of the round here, I would like soul checks all around.
Uh-oh.
It's probably
Okay.
nothing.
Ooh, 20.
10.
12.
Everybody's good. There's a banging noise from downstairs, like something heavy just went through the door.
Can somebody who's clairvoyant check on that?
On their turn.
Just leave it alone.
Ain't I the worst? Clover.
I just realized, like, I could just use my telekinesis to guide. Ooh, could I use my telekinesis to force choke him? Whatever.
Sure. We're gonna call it a mind check.
Alrighty.
We're gonna treat it like a ranged weapon anyway. But sure, you can choke him. That's what you need, Ella.
Yeah, that's a 2.
That is
Oh, no.
insufficient. You know, it happens. You're new at it. You know, we all think it's going to be cool and that we're just going to figure it out. But it turns out there's a lot more that goes into it than you think. You'll get it next time.
Yeah.
What?
So I rolled initiative for the thing that went through the door, and I rolled a 2.
Okay.
So I'm rolling hot. That's a 1, a 2, and a 2. So it's gonna be a good night. Lexi.
Ease.
How are we? I mean, that shotgun seemed to work pretty well before.
Just do it again.
You can, or other things.
Let's go for that clairvoyance to see if I can figure out what the hell just battle ass ran the door.
Oh, I'm so glad
yeah, that's important.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'll let you clairvoyance as a swift action. It is some sort of black shadowy mass about the size of a bear, but it's not a bear.
Awesome.
Can't be good.
And it seems really upset with whatever's going on upstairs.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I'ma shoot it. I'ma shoot the thing.
So I appreciate a brief moment of psychic fiction of shoots a thing, closes her eyes, goes nope, and
Like,
running down the balcony. Absolutely, make me a mind check.
Oh my god. I need a second. I don't know why.
you broke her.
Okay, I'm good. What am I rolling again?
Mind.
Okay. Oh, I have a +1 in that.
Isn't that great?
Unnatural 20.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, my cat's mad at me because I yelled.
When you roll a natural 20,
Cats.
you deal damage and a half. Simple enough. So 4, you're going to deal 6. It takes that. And just seems matter.
Awesome.
It will let out a terrifying roar that sort of sounds like the roar of a wild animal and like putting scrap metal in a blender.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
My blender just makes that noise sometimes because.
So that's great. But you did. You did. For the record, if none of the creatures in this scenario roll an active defense, like you guys, some of them do in the base game. For our listeners who are interested in the rules of this game, seeing if they want to pick it up for themselves, the common question is, what happens if I roll a 20 and my opponent rolls a 1? Double damage. It's happened. It's great. But that's gonna take it to Darby.
So yeah, I'm gonna lock and load.
Yep. Mega Buster
with a 3.
3 will not do it. Next up will be the Not Bear. He will use his movement to charge up the stairs.
Oh no.
And then use his action to make a perception check. I'm kidding. He's going to claw the crap out of Lexi.
What? No. You said perception check. That's it.
All right, Lexi, I'm going to need another mind check from you to dodge out of the way of this thing's massive claw. I need you to beat a 21.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Oop.
If by
17?
Pretty good. Insufficient in this case. So that's going to deal 4 damage.
Okay.
I assume you're wearing light armor.
Yes.
So that's going to be 3 damage. Your health is 20.
Okay.
Everybody's health is 20.
Mm-hmm.
If you drop to 0, we'll worry about that when it happens.
We'll be
Is
fine.
that how you become a ghost? No, I'm just kidding.
That could happen.
Somebody else hit the thing. I wanted to go away.
Nah, it's all you. Oh man.
It's fine. Just solo it. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
You get all the XP.
You're doing
You get all the
great.
XP then. Static Man. He's got 2 options. We'll go even or odd. Yes.
Static Man.
Clover. I'm gonna need you to defend with your mind.
Okie dokie.
I need you to defend against a 19.
15.
That is insufficient. You're gonna take 4 damage.
All right.
Minus your armor. And on your next turn, you're going to be able to. What?
How much does light armor soak?
1.
Yeah.
Because I've got like a big puffy jacket.
Yep. So 3
So I
damage.
take 3 damage.
Correct.
17.
Correct. And then on your turn, you cannot take an action. You can move and take a swift.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Basically, you kind of quickly just lose the motivation to do anything as this weight crushes on top of you.
Mm. I mean, like, I'm a college student, so that's, that's how I feel.
This is a very familiar feeling to you.
No, this is just mood. This is just big mood.
Yeah.
Oh, look, student loan debt. Crushing bear.
Yeah. Is this just like an allegory for current predicaments of students?
I mean, it's not that. We're all there, sister. Speaking of which, Clover, what are you gonna do with your muted turn?
Oh, I do get a turn. Okay.
You get a turn. You can take a movement and a swift action.
Yeah, like is Alexis still just like sitting in the corner staring into space or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like go over her and like try and like grab her by the shoulders and shake her and be like, hey, bitch. And see if that does.
Yep. So, for the sake of, Darby, your
Yeah.
image of this whole thing is that the Static Man, who is,
Wait. I know Alexis likes weed, and I have like some weed. So I'm just gonna like go over to her and like light up a joint and wave it in front of her face and see if the smell like provokes any awareness or
Smelling
reaction.
salts, but weed.
Smelling salts, but weed.
yeah,
1600s meets 1920s.
even better. So yeah, Darby, you see Clover just kind of give up fighting apparently, and just go try to resuscitate Alexis with using weed as smelling salts.
Okay.
Because I got high.
Yeah, apparently.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Is it my turn or
No, it's Lexi's turn.
Okay.
Lexi,
Okay.
you got a knot bear in your face.
I'm gonna nope the fuck away from that.
Okay.
Valid.
Back into the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna move away.
Okay.
And
Does not provoke an attack of opportunity because that's not a thing.
yay.
Yay.
What am I gonna do now? I'm gonna try to mind blast the big old bear.
That seems reasonable.
Okay, because it got very angry when I shot it with a shotgun.
It did.
All right.
Oh yeah. Carry on.
I got a 12.
That's efficient.
Nice.
And your soul is what? Okay. He takes it. I mean, he still seems irritated by the damage, but he's gonna have to force his way through the door to get to you. Darby. Bang! Mega Buster.
Woo!
Yippee-ki-yay, mother crutter.
Oh, dude, you like the Tony Stark like charging my hand thing?
10.
10 is sufficient. He will take the damage.
Yeah, 2 damage.
He takes it.
Take it. Champ.
Next up is the Not a Bear. First thing he's going to do is that. Just for funsies, as he moves, I'm going to have him make a body check. Yeah, he crashes through the door.
He works out.
He does great. And then. Darby. I need a mind check from you, my friend. and I need you to beat a 6.
I got a 6.
That is sufficient. Yeah.
Yay!
Ties always go to the player.
Woo! Good shit.
So you see this huge claw of terrifying nightmare and scrap metal come your way. You dodge that shit.
I'm like, holy hell! What happened to the other one?
Oh, he's still here.
I was talking
and-
about Lexi.
Oh,
Go after, not me.
Lexi. Lexi is actually going to be the target of our other friend.
Dude, shush next time.
And I need a mind check from you. Lexi. Yes.
8. Oh wait, no, I can add one. I have 9.
Oh, lit.
5.
Okay.
You are safe for now. Again, he seems to reach out. You can feel him try to sap the will from you, and you're like, no. For whatever reason, you seem immune to his abilities. Clover. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, you're fighting!
Yeah, I want to try the thing where I telekinesis my knife into the dude. Well, the not bear. I want to try the knife telekinesis thing because I think it's a cool idea and it would look really cool that, like, actually work.
That seems like a great idea, and I would love a mind check from you to make that happen.
Hey, 20.
Nat 20?
No, just a 20.
Okay, that's
19
still
plus 1.
That's still good. That's still sufficient, and he will take that damage.
Ha-ha. Take that.
Lexi,
All right, so
you have a not bear and a gray and a gray thing.
was the not bear the one that attacked me this last time?
You were attacked by the gray thing.
I was attacked by the gray thing. Okay.
Yep.
Gray thing. New focus fire. I'm gonna go with the mind blast. Actually, no. I'm gonna shoot with the shotgun because reasons.
That's
Seems
fair.
good. Give me the mind check.
All right. We got a 17.
Tell me how you kill it.
Ooh.
Tell me
How do you want to do this? As the old saying goes.
Shotgun blast to the face.
I mean, yeah.
Is there another way?
it's a bit. I don't know. I like to give people options. Yeah, he dissipates in a sound like a television being dropped from an overly laborious metaphor, and is no more.
Go squad.
Woo! Thank God.
There's still a giant not bear, but you know, it's important to celebrate the little victory.
Just that the bear.
Can you stop hitting me in the head with your tail?
What's your cat's name? Oh my God, he's baby.
It's Wednesday.
It's Monday.
Adam's a little goth baby.
Yep, we have Morticia and Wednesday.
Got to get down on Monday.
The fun part is we only named the one of them. Anyway, welcome back to Catcast.
Quinn's your host.
Yeah. We make the meowst of our evening.
Oh God.
I feel bad about that. Darby. Oh my gosh, Darby. Save me from cat.
I don't know about that. It's so I'm gonna attempt to shoot him with a 7.
You will fail.
No.
And somewhere, you know, a parent is disappointed with you.
No.
Next up is the not bear. Who have I not tried to kill with the not bear? Clover. I haven't tried to kill you.
But I just got stabbed.
That's.
I just got stabbed by like the feeling of student loan debt.
Clover looks most delicious.
Wait, It's capitalism.
And that's rough. But I'm gonna need a mind check. Beat a 6.
Oh yeah, 14. We're good.
Yes, that's sufficiently. Again, the terrible. This thing is like making a huge mess of Ruth's room, but you guys are managing to evade. At this point, really, the small compactness of the room is working against it more than it's working for it.
Yeah.
And to that, Clover, you get the chance to retaliate.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah! I'm gonna try and force choke it because I think that was a great idea. And now that I have like a bit more grasp of how using my powers against another sentient creature works, like I want to give this another go.
It sounds like
Sounds
you
good.
just discovered the taste of blood and now wish to explore its many
But instead
facets.
of blood, it's tracheas.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gay, so I have a lot of suppressed rage. This is a 12 hit.
It does. God, what a mood.
A lot of wanting to choke people out.
Yeah. Your mind searches out for that thing you want most in this world, that windpipe. The precious windpipe, and it finds purchase.
Oxygen party zone.
Bam.
It is a oxygen party in his throat, and nobody's invited.
We should have all just taken telekinesis so we could all choke him.
Lexi.
Well, I don't know. Well, it kind of worked last time. Screw it. I'm gonna shoot it with a shotgun because reasons.
Yeah. Why not shotgun? Why not shotgun? Yeah, give me that check.
A pew pew.
And this is body?
Your mind.
Okay. So I got a 14.
That will do it.
Sweet.
More crystallized salt flies into his semi-corporeal body.
Woo! Fuck yeah!
And he regrets some decisions he made in his life.
Oh, mood. I'm an English. Clover is like, oh, I'm an English major. That's a mood.
Yeah, he thought like this was as easy as killing all children, and then turns out there are other kinds of people that aren't children, and they're much harder to kill. Darby.
I'm gonna go towards Alexis and see if I can start teleporting her out.
Absolutely. No checks required. You will run over. You pick up Alexis, and you can begin to run out.
Peace.
Woo! Can I pick up Ruth?
On your turn, absolutely. The not bear is again unappreciative of your shotgun blast.
What?
Like you do.
Like you do. So I'm gonna need that mind check. And I need you to beat an 18.
She gonna do it.
Ooh, I just realized the fact that my character doesn't need to breathe means like if they were ever fighting something sufficiently large, they could just like go inside and like cut their way out.
Fun.
You're brutal.
This was a mind check?
Yes.
So I got a 19.
No claws for you today. Well, in this particular moment at this particular time.
My cat is staring at me like, very much claws for you today.
Well, Clover. Shall we continue our throat-based assault?
Well, also, if we're picking up people and running out of the house with them, I want to try and pick up Ruth.
You can.
Is she alive? Can I do that?
I mean, metaphysically speaking, yes.
Okay.
We could get into the temporal issues, but that's fine. Sure, absolutely. No checks required. You lift up a child and go running.
Bring her to life.
Lexi, your friends have abandoned you.
Awesome.
Lexi, grab the crotchety old man on the porch.
No!
Grab the ghosts.
Yes, we're fucking with history. Go big or go home.
History gonna be our bitch.
Screw you, causality.
Yeah.
I decide who lives and dies.
We're David Tennant at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Well, there is a giant not bear in the room, and I am
Yep.
the only one it is currently focused on.
Eat yourself out the window, duh.
You got rock salt, you're fine.
Yes, I'm going to shoot it in the fucking face.
Seems good.
18.
That will do it. It's not looking great. It looks like the whatever has kept its body apart is not good. Darby, you continue to make a run for it?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, just teleporting her out. Pew pew. Bleep bleep bleep.
Okay. The bear thing, I guess, is gonna keep going after Lexi, just because everybody else ran away.
We're a good group.
Fuck my life.
So Lexi, dodge a 15.
Oh shit, fuck.
I mean, you're such a badass, so yeah.
9.
Okay, that's gonna be another 4 damage from the rending claws into your flesh.
Hey guys, I'm dying here.
Oh,
Thanks.
I'm in danger. Over. Gonna continue running with a child.
yes, because I can just telekinesis a bunch of knives to defend Lexi.
Fair enough. Would you
Telekinesis.
Telekinizing.
would you like to do that?
Yes. What do I roll? Mind?
Mind to throw knives.
Yeah, that's a 10.
How do you want to do this?
So I just I feel like there's a compartment in my backpack that's just like full of knives. So I like mentally unzip it and then all the knives go like flying.
It's like in my head, it's almost kind of whimsical, like a murderous be our guest.
I was gonna say Matilda, but that works too.
That way, yeah.
Yes.
So
Ooh,
Lexi.
Knives.
Yes.
you are fighting this bear like like a warrior, and are about to just like you're doing everything to force the shotgun back into its face, and then a bunch of knives fly through it and it disappears.
Oh fuck yeah, I got a kill.
And I'm just sitting there like, really?
All right, let's get out of here.
You
Screw
do. You go.
guys.
It's a short romp back out, and then quote unquote down the hill. The world.
Oh wait, where's Josiah? Can we try and like get him to come with us?
Josiah is gone.
Okay.
When you step back. I physically gone. I mean,
Okay.
not. And there's that as you all are running for your lives out of this. Probably, as you all know, given that whatever the anchor was, you probably either destroyed it or are taking it with you.
Lamau.
The slowly collapsing other dimension.
Cool undergraduates don't look at explosions.
You sure do. You find yourself back in Ruth's room. Darby, you still have. I assume you like hero. Like, did you like hero carry
Yeah,
Alexis?
like a boss.
Clover, your hands do not contain a child.
No.
Your hands instead contain a book.
Okay. Is it like Ruth's diary, I guess?
It is Ruth's diary.
Huh.
And it talks about how a lot of it is her feelings about being sick. Seems like she was sick for quite a while before it took her.
Aw.
and she talks about this thing she calls the Gray Man, who comes at night and sits on her chest, um, and how it makes her feel tired and makes her not want to even try to get out of bed. Um, it mentions the story she's told by her brother about the terrible creature he saw out while he was chopping wood. Uh, and uh, um, the only sound available is the occasional bird call and the running of a Ford F-150 several yards away.
Can't change the past.
Well, I can sell this old rare book to pay off my student loans.
There's a chuckle from you, from like your chest. Darby is.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Yeah, keep dreaming.
Yeah, I figured. All right, Alexa, you good to walk or?
Well, maybe I can pay for one of my textbooks next semester.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I can walk. I can walk. I'm fine.
All right, cool. And I'll just like.
Do you want some weed?
Yes. Oh God, yes.
I don't think that's the best thing to be doing after such a horrendous time.
Don't worry, it's high CBD, low THC.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even care. Just, you all, sort of walk out collectively. Jenny seems very confused as how 4 of you walked out when 3 of you walked in, but keeps that smile on her face the whole time, like this is fine.
Lexi turns to Jenny. Is like, by the way, this place is fucked.
Yeah, Jenny. Have you ever felt something pressing against your chest while you were sleeping?
No.
We've seen things that'll wipe the smile right off your face, and if you stay here any longer, you're gonna see it too eventually. Not to scare you, but maybe go elsewhere, up north.
But like, you don't have to if you don't want to.
I heard Massachusetts is good, so is Vermont. Nothing bad or creepy happens
It's
over
okay.
there.
I stabbed some ghosts. It's like totally chill.
Lexi, give me a soul check here, and I'm gonna give you a +2 since I'm gonna consider at this point like you basically have Jenny as a skill.
Okay. 17.
You noticed, as you have of course been ever suspicious of Jenny this whole time, who has clearly been the mastermind behind this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
As you all stepped out, you see her quickly throw something into the glove compartment. It may have been a pipe of some sort. And as you all are telling her about stabbing ghosts and seeing terrible things and feeling terrible weights, Lexi, you immediately get to the point that Jenny's considering, like, is it the meth? Or,
Not the meth. Meth is fine.
Are they actually saying these words, or do I just think they are?
We've all been there.
No, we haven't.
No, although when I was in college IRL, there was this one girl who used to do cocaine with a Metro card, like off the counters in the public bathroom on our floor.
That's a rough life. And as you all pile, she seems to decide that this debate is best served at a different time, perhaps with more math. And just like the smile just is gone. Please just get in the truck.
All right, we'll hop in here. Just you've been warned.
And as sort of the camera stays as a static shot of the top of the hill as the Ford F-150 careens over the side, disappearing out of sight, and then over voiceover, there is Alexa saying, "So, did anybody take notes for class?"
Shit.
And we will save it there.
What the fuck?
So that is what the fuck is Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist. Lexi almost died. I'm sorry.
What were you? Yeah, how did you? Where'd you end up, Lexi? Health
I
wise.
was, I
12?
No, I was at 13. I was at 13.
Okay.
Oh, she was fine. See,
Right,
I
math.
feel less
Okay.
bad for letting her stay there.
And to be fair, the way death and dying works in this game is you basically make I have a fate roll, I believe is what the term I used for it.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's basically like, let's decide how this is going to go. Who gets to decide how this goes for you? And either you roll low and I get to decide what happens to you, or you roll high and you get to decide what happens to you. Which I note in the book may include, but is not limited to death.
Ghosts.
Ghosts could happen. So yeah, that is the system. It is currently available.
Yeah. Let's see. I have the website right here. So people who are interested, go ahead and check it out. People who are watching on YouTube, it'll be on the details section. People who are watching on a podcast, it'll also be on the details section. If it is not, feel free to poke me. I just need to.
And links to my game too, because like it's free
Yes.
and weird and
Well,
like
we're gonna
poetic
play
and
your
just-
game. We're gonna play your game, and then we'll
Okay.
have all that.
You'll have your moment.
It'll be great. It'll be awesome because I'm very
It will be.
intrigued about these smaller TTRPG games.
Lit.
So yeah, lit, yeet. What other new words did we learn today?
Geotag Snapchat filter.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what any of that is, but okay. I mean,
it's like
I've heard of Snapchat.
So when you turn your location on in Snapchat, sometimes it shows you filters related to where you are. Like, for example, I'm in the town of Metuchen right now. So if I was to take a selfie, there would be a filter saying like, "Welcome to Metuchen."
I use Facebook.
All right, guys. Well, my name is Mitchell. This is Penny for a Tale. I'll let everyone else send themselves off, starting with Ennis.
Hey, I'm Ennis Rook Bash. Ennis like tennis, but without the T. Rook like the bird, and you can find me on Twitter, mostly screaming about Steven Universe and She-Ra, but also designing games.
Bam. And we have Amanda.
I'm signing off, feeling way old as fuck over here.
Now, you know how I felt when a high schooler told me that only old people use Facebook?
Or
Oh,
when
God.
kids like argue about like what really are Pokemon, and they're like, I got the little flooded, and they say words, and you're like, that's not a Pikachu. That wasn't in red or blue. What the hell are you talking about? Fuck you, kid.
I'm Quentin.
Oh.
Yes, in our last one.
Yeah.
So I'm Quentin. You can find me on Twitter at 2bi, bi as in bisexual, 2 letters ba witch, 2bi 2ba witch. And you can find the company on Twitter at Pentagon Games RPG. It's mostly just for, you can find there just for updates on our games. And I'm announcing this for the first time on Penny for a Tale exclusive.
Woo!
Next month, for the spooky month of October, everybody's favorite, we are starting a brand new series of mini updates to Zeitgeist called Dark Roads, Dark Worlds, dealing with things like Lament County, where terrible things lurk in the rural structures. If you've been playing Zeitgeist, or if you just started and you're like, you know what, I need out of my life, I need a Twin Peaks RPG.
Yes.
Yo, this is also major Riverdale vibes. I'm loving it.
You can get it there, and we'll be providing updates all through October, and from there on out, various small $1 issues with new contracts, new monsters, including the Cryptid that was showcased for the first time tonight. I didn't even use the bear creature at Origins. I've been saving that.
Just for,
check it out
just
as
for
they come
Amanda.
up. just for Amanda. Keep us updated as we start delivering. Thanks for so much to Penny for a Tale for having me.
It
Peace
is our
out.
pleasure. Yeah. Everyone have a wonderful Monday. Wednesday.
Really game concept. I'm like, ooh, I want to like make stuff for it.
I know, right?
Well,
Wednesday, we are continuing with our campaign of Cult Black Madonna. It will be dark. It'll be creepy. We are amping up for October. So please.
Wednesday the day, not Wednesday the cat.
Yes. So 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free. And then we also have our website, which if you haven't popped onto our Facebook, feel free to do so. But I will put the website on the comments for you guys to check out. In any case, goodbye. I love your faces. Bye-bye.